Alright guys, welcome back to another Operaomnia video where we are going to talk about one of the most hyped up characters to be arriving to Global Operaomnia this month, which is Paladin Cecil, with the release of his LD and his BT weapon. In this video, we're going to go into the details of what his LD weapon does, his BT weapon, his BT effect, everything that you need to know about Paladin Cecil will be in this video, and of course there will be a visual showcase via gameplay from my JP account where you will have a visual understanding of what his kit does. So as always, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content guys. We are very close to that 1.5k subscribers and even closer to that 2,000 subscriber mark. Thank you so much for y'all support. Y'all are amazing and y'all really are helping me out through these tough times, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about Paladin Cecil's LD and BT weapon. So let's talk about Paladin Cecil's LD weapon, which is called Myth-Graven Blade. It equips in the LD ability called Luminous Shard. It is an 8-hit AoE Holy Range Brave plus AoE HP attack, which increases the Brave damage dealt towards a single target by a medium amount with 200% overflow. It deals split HP damage. It recovers the HP to the party based on 100% of the HP damage dealt up to 60% of the max HP. Excess HP recovery is converted to Brave recovery. It inflicts the Holy Resistance down to targets for 4 actions, and it grants a special effect to Paladin Cecil called Entrusted Crystal for 6 actions, and it does not consume ability usage for Paladin Cecil on his next turn. So that'll mean that his skill 1, skill 2, and C65 will get a free ability use. Now the special effect for Entrusted Crystal, the party defense goes up to 120%. HP regen is gained. The party also gets a max HP overflow of 30%. So basically, if your party is at max HP or close to it, any excess HP that is recovered will overflow. So you will be getting that extra HP, so you'll be able to tank a little bit more hits. For the party members whose HP is at least 100%, the following effects will occur. Brave damage dealt up 50%, HP damage dealt up 20%, HP damage taken down is reduced by 20%. Now his Limit Break passives, at 1 out of 3, he gets an increase to his max Brave and attack, he also gets an increase to the Brave damage dealt by Luminous Shard by 10%. Limit Break 2, when you are using Luminous Shard, it extends the base duration of Entrusted Crystal by 6 actions. And then finally, when you max out his LD weapon, it gives him an extra usage to his LD ability. Now the LD extension for his LD ability, when using Luminous Shard, it turns into a 3-hit AoE Holy Range Brave plus AoE HP attack, followed by a 5-hit AoE Holy Range Brave plus AoE HP attack. It increases the Brave potency by a large amount, and it increases the weakness Brave damage dealt by 50%. Now his BT weapon, which is called Waxing Sword, the finished burst attack is called Soul Shift. It is a 15-hit AoE Holy Range Brave plus AoE HP attack. It increases the Brave damage dealt towards a single target, and it deals full HP damage to all targets. Allows for 20% Brave damage overflow, with the Brave damage cap being at 11,998, and it allows for 80% HP damage overflow, with the HP damage capping at 179,998. It triggers the following burst effect to the party for 5 actions. The recovered Brave max Brave overflow limit goes up by 20%. The Brave damage dealt up gets increased by 50%. You gain an HP regen, and when the turn begins, it recovers Brave based on the current HP. For party members whose HP is at least 100%, the following effect will occur. Max Brave damage dealt up increased by 20% or up to 11,998, and then the max HP damage dealt up increases by 10% up to 109,000 998. Now we'll talk about Paladin Cecil's Crystal level 80 Awakening. His Awakening level 75 call ability, which is called Holy Flame. It increases his own max Brave and attack by a small amount. It recovers Brave to self based on his own max Brave. It is a 4-hit Holy AoE range Brave plus AoE HP attack, which increases the Brave damage dealt towards a single target by a medium amount, and it deals split HP damage. It recovers HP to the party except for himself based on a large amount of HP damage dealt up to 30% of the max HP, and the excess HP recovery is converted to Brave recovery. Now the post-use special effects after using his call is that the party gets a large defense up boost. His Crystal level 78 Awakening, when using a call while HP is full, it reduces the HP damage dealt by the party by a small amount. His Awakening level 80, which is Holy Flame Call rank up, when using his call Holy Flame, it increases the Brave recovered based on the max Brave by a small amount. It allows for 180% stolen Brave, max Brave overflow, and it extends the duration of post-use effects by 3 actions. Finally, we'll talk about his LD call for his LD ability. It increases his own max Brave and attack by 30%, and it is a 3-hit AoE Holy Range Brave plus AoE HP attack, followed by the 5-hit AoE Holy Range Brave plus AoE HP attack. It increases the Brave damage dealt towards a single target by a medium amount. It increases the weakness Brave damage dealt by 50%, and it allows for 200% stolen Brave max Brave overflow. Deals split HP damage. It recovers HP to the party except for himself based on 100% of the HP damage dealt up to 60% of the max HP. The excess HP recovery is converted to Brave recovery, and it inflicts the Holy Resistance down to targets for 4 actions on the first HP attack. Now the post-use special effects for using his LD call is that for 3 actions, the party gets an increase in defense up to 120%, and the party also gets a max HP overflow of up to 30%. So overall, Paladin Cecil really brings a lot to the table. Now with his LD weapon being able to HP overflow everybody in the party to help reduce or take on damage from the enemies, and not only that, but also having another way to be able to impel the enemies, and getting a free ability use helps his longevity in terms of enchanting the party with Holy, which in turn is able to have your party deal more Brave damage. Not only that, but with his BT effect being a very good one, it really helps his longevity in the timeline of Opera which is another reason why a lot of global players are wanting to pull for his kit, because of that big longevity he has for a lot of the content that is coming up. Now obviously you won't be able to use Paladin Cecil in fights that have like double Holy Resistance or Holy Absorb, but aside from that, him being used as an LD call or him being used in team comms really brings a lot to the table, and it shows. It really does show, like based off of what has been said, read, shown in the Japanese community of Opera Omnia. I mean, Paladin Cecil has been used for a very long time, so and there are plenty of showcases to prove that. So again, it's reasons why a lot of players are anticipating his release, because of how good of a character he is. You know, he's very versatile. He provides a little bit of everything, and that's what a lot of players are expecting to get out of Paladin Cecil. So overall though, he is definitely one to go for, especially if you are, let's say, trying to hold out on a character in the future. Paladin Cecil, it's not a bad investment at all. So it is one that I personally myself would recommend, because he will definitely help out in a lot of the, at least in the next 5 to 10 Lufenia fights, I would say. He will be of great use with his abilities now. So other than that though, guys, let me know what you guys think about Paladin Cecil. If you are going to be pulling for him or not, let me know in the comment section below. I am curious to see what everybody thinks about Paladin Cecil. And of course, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch y'all in my next video.